The invitation had started with a letter. Mara Klein, a 32-year-old school teacher from Boston, had just returned home on a rainy October afternoon when she found it slipped under her apartment door. Thick parchment, wax sealed, addressed in black ink, to the last of the Klein bloodline. There was no sender, no return address. The letter inside was written in ornate cursive. The Klein family estate in Greywick Hollow is yours. Come at dusk. The house has been waiting. Mara had never heard of Greywick Hollow. Her family was small, just her late mother, and a father she barely remembered. She should have thrown the letter away, but something compelled her. That night she couldn't sleep. Shadows in her apartment stretched wrong. Her reflection in the bathroom mirror seemed delayed. By morning, she had decided. She would go, too. Arrival in Greywick Hollow. Greywick Hollow was a forgotten town nestled deep in Murrow, Massachusetts. The kind of place GPS refused to acknowledge. It was dusk by the time Mara's car crawled through a mist-choked forest road and emerged in front of a massive, decaying mansion, Klein House. The house was impossibly old, built of black stone and rotted wood, covered in ivy like veins clinging to dead skin. The windows were dark. A wrought iron gate stood open as if waiting for her. When she stepped inside, the air was cold, not from weather but something else. The house smelled faintly of lavender and rot. Dust covered everything. Yet on the hallway floor were fresh, muddy footprints leading deeper inside. She followed them. 3. The portrait room. At the end of a long corridor, Mara entered a room filled with portraits, dozens of oil paintings covering every inch of the walls. They all bore the same surname, Klein, and every pair of eyes seemed to follow her. In the center of the room stood one last canvas, draped in a black cloth. Without knowing why, she pulled it down. It was her, wearing clothes she'd never seen before, hair longer, skin paler, eyes completely black. Under the portrait, a brass plate read, Mara Klein returned, her breath caught. Suddenly, all the portraits began weeping black tears. 4. The shifting house. The house changed after that. Corridors twisted into each other. Doors opened to different rooms than before. The kitchen now led to a library. The bathroom opened into a stairwell she hadn't seen before. She tried to leave, but the front door was gone. In its place was a mirror. Her reflection stared back, smiling. She was not. Behind the glass, something moved. Long arms. No face. A whisper drifted from the hallway. You came back. You promised. Mara ran. The memory room. On the third night, Mara discovered the memory room. Inside were objects from her childhood, her old doll, her mother's music box, even the broken crayon she lost at age 7. None of these things should have been here. She opened the music box. It played a soft tune, one she remembered her mother humming before she died. As the lullaby played, the walls around her shifted, becoming the living room from her childhood home. Her mother stood by the window. Mara, she said sweetly. But when Mara stepped closer, she saw her mother's eyes, gouged out, empty sockets leaking black fluid. You said you'd stay with me forever. Mara screamed. The illusion shattered. She was back in the memory room, but the music box kept playing. Vi, the thing in the basement. Mara found the basement on the 5th day, or rather, it found her. The floor beneath her bedroom collapsed, sending her crashing into darkness. She landed hard on stone. The air was thick with decay. A tunnel stretched forward, lit by lanterns that ignited as she approached. At the end was a door made of bone, pulsing as if breathing. She opened it. Inside was a chamber covered in runes. At the center, a cage. Inside the cage, a version of her, pale, starved, hollow-eyed. The cage Mara looked up and whispered, "Don't listen to the house. It's lying." "I'm the real one." Footsteps behind her. She turned. Another version of her, calm, clean, smiling, stood with a blade. "It's time to let go," the smiling one said. "You belong here now." Mara screamed. 7. The choice she ran. Through halls that bled, past portraits that screamed, upstairs that never ended. The house whispered, "Stay, stay." At the top of the mansion, she found a locked attic door. Her pendant, one she'd worn since birth, fit the keyhole. Inside was a single window. Through it, she saw daylight, an exit, but behind her, the smiling version of herself appeared again. She held the bone knife. "One last thing," she said. "Only one of us gets to leave." The two Maras fought. Glass shattered, blood spilled, and then silence. AP. Epilogue. The new portrait weeks later, the house was quiet again. The portraits hung still. A new painting had joined the wall. Mara Klein, smiling, eyes black as obsidian. The plaque below read, "She stayed." And the house waited again for its next bloodline visitor.